So what you're looking at here on the screen, boys, is 245% increase in an OnlyFans account. So this is a model we've recently taken on, and in the last 30 days, we're able to increase her earnings by 245%, which I can't remember exactly, but I think total was over $70,000 net, and the gross was about $89,000, which is absolutely great. So in this video, I wanted to go over the 5 main things that we implemented and the 5 main things that actually helped us to increase an account that was already doing pretty fucking well, to then be able to help it get into the 0.1%. I hope you enjoyed this video. So whether you're watching this and you're an agency owner or you're a model, this is going to be of huge value. I look forward to going ahead and going into the 5 main things. So let's just jump straight into it. The number one was, let's just start in like a chronological order. So from the get-go, the number one thing was the onboarding, right? So I think a lot of people, in terms of agency owners, I think they really messed this up, because this is literally the first fucking part. And I've actually made an entire YouTube video specifically about onboarding process before, and so I'm not going to go into the entire thing from A to Z, but I'll mention the main things that we actually pay close attention to when it comes to onboarding. So the first thing is the onboarding of the actual chatters onto the account. So this is very, very important, especially with a client like this who is already on OnlyFans, and she already had a lot of fans. So if you're watching this and you're looking to take on a client who already has, hundreds of fans, if not thousands of fans, the actual onboarding onto the chatters is super fucking important, because if the model is already chatting to the fans in such a way, maybe she uses emojis, right, and she has told her fans lots of facts and things about her, like for example which country she's from, what kind of hobbies she's into, etc. Well, when you onboard the model onto your agency and you get the chatters on board, you need to make sure that both the chatters and the model are very, very clear and aligned on exactly how the model actually talks and what does she talk about. So for us, for example, we have an entire online form that the model has to fill out before she jumps on board and before the chatters actually get connected onto her account. So this will actually make sure that you avoid any problems, any misunderstandings, etc. So the model gives all the facts, all the things that she mentions publicly about herself. So when the chatter comes on board, and the chatter can literally be like her, like chatting like her, using the same emojis, saying the same facts about her, etc. Because this is the biggest pitfall for a lot of beginner agency owners. They'll get a model on board and then they'll just either do the chatting themselves, or they'll just hire somebody to do the chatting, and they have no idea how the previous either chatter or the model were messaging before, and they'll absolutely ruin it. The fans will clock on that it's not actually her, and then they'll just either unsubscribe and they won't stop paying, and you'll lose a lot of money. The other thing in terms of onboarding, which was super important, is making sure that there are clear expectations, which actually goes into the second point, which is setting clear, effective expectations. 2 things. One is the chat in terms of the communication. So clear expectations on communication on when and where can the model message you guys. Super fucking important. And then also expectations in terms of results, right? So what can the model actually expect within the first month, second month, and third month? So if you're watching this and you have somewhat of an idea of what kind of results you could be generating for your clients, well, make sure you let them know, and make sure you under promise and over deliver. Super fucking important. A lot of people over promise and then under deliver. It's the worst thing you can do, literally for no reason. You can just avoid it by just not fucking doing it. It's not that difficult. So make sure you set very, very clear expectations. Super important, boys. Number 3 is we hired really great chatters. So we have an in-house agency that we work with. Matter of fact, we actually help you guys watching this. So if you're an agency owner, we actually help you get partnered with the same agency where they provide chatters, right? So they're very, very qualified. They're trained to a very high standard. So if you're interested and you want to get started with these chatters as well, click the link down below. You'll be able to book a free call with us, and then we can explain to you how you're able to get started with the same chatters that we use ourselves as well. But it's something that we only partner with our inner circle. So if you're interested, there'll be a link down below. Book a call with us. But yeah, so the chatters, super fucking important. They are on a 24-hour rotation. Depending on how many fans your model has, she might have a chatter, so 3 different chatters covering 24 hours on the account. So every single hour there's somebody answering messages pretending to be the model, making cash. Super important. Number 4, we started using effective scalable traffic methods. So you have your traditional forms of marketing such as TikTok, etc., your short form content, but then you also have scalable methods such as bots and paid methods such as GGs and meme page promotions on Instagram. So we've really scaled all 3 of these paid forms of marketing. Again, if you're interested on how to do these and what are the connections for those, we provide those in our inner circle. Again, you can book a free call down below. And this is basically, you're able to target millions of potential fans on Instagram, Twitter, etc. by just paying an AI tool to do it for you. So you don't have to manually sit there and message anybody or interact with them. This AI tool will essentially interact on behalf of your model, and it will reach millions of accounts per month, which will just increase your fans by dramatic amounts. And then last, most important, is plan for the future with the model. I think a lot of people don't do this. A lot of agency owners, what they'll do is they'll get a model on board and they'll just talk about what to do right now, what's like the plan to do right now. But you need to plan ahead of time. So for example, if Valentine is coming up, you need to plan ahead of time what kind of content, what kind of outfits, what kind of props you might need to order ahead of time. You need to create that content there and then, right? Also, like for example, if your model is going on holiday or she's taking some time off, etc. If she tells you that in advance, then obviously you need to plan ahead of time. Again, you need to create some content for both social media and OF, so you have that ahead of time, right? So don't just like wait for that 1 week where she's going to go on holiday and just do nothing and lose a lot of money. You need to create content ahead of time. That will ensure that you guys make a lot of fucking money, and that's how we're able to get an extra 245% increase in terms of this one account, which is nuts. So if you're watching this and you're a model and you want to potentially work with our agency, best way for you to do so is apply to my Instagram. It'll be at Marcus Hustle. There'll be a link down below in the comments, probably pinned as well. Message me on there. And if you're an agency owner and you want to learn from us and you want to scale your agency, there'll be a link for that in the description. Other than that, hope you liked the video. Please actually leave a like on the video. That helps massively, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next one.